Charles, you can go.
Great, thank you. I'm still getting messages from people about, is it on today? And anyway, there we go. Cool. Everyone, very, very welcome to our first of 4 workshops, which we call the Naledi Tutonic Emotional Intelligence course. My name is Charlie, as you can see and my co-conspirator is Anne. You'll see her picture there. Just for the beginning, it would be really good if you can keep your video on, just so that we build a bit of a connection, that we don't have to imagine your beautiful faces, but we can actually see them. So Anne will be on the chat facility, which you'll see at the bottom of your screen. And we encourage you to use the chat as much as you possibly can to engage with Anne, and I'll be reading it off and on, but it's just an alternative channel for us to build a conversation. And so sometimes we'll be sending you there, but don't feel you have to wait to go there. If there's something you don't feel you're getting enough time to talk with me, please feel that's your alternative outlet for all your good ideas or your questions or anything you want to share at all, okay? So we're here together until 1 o'clock. We will, at 1 o'clock, give you an evaluation form. So just give us some feedback on how do you experience this workshop. Also in the room is Layla. Layla is from Tutonic, who are our partner in this what do you call this adventure. And there's Ilias also, who is helping us, and he's also from Tutonic. And we are very, very pleased that they really get what we're all about. And we really hope you're going to have a great time this morning. Share a PowerPoint, which we'll speak to. I'm just going to do that. Right to the top. Okay, so a brief introduction to who we are. Deliver is a company that's been running since 2010. We registered as a non-profit, and we've worked with over 5,000 learners and educators. Some of you will be pleased to know that educators need this just as much as people who call themselves youth. Naledi is good for everybody. I'm still, 10 years later, a beginner, a learner. And it's the same. We're all figuring out how to be emotionally intelligent, highly effective, productive citizens. And we talk about emotional intelligence as that other bit of the intelligence that school doesn't quite address, or university doesn't address. Wherever we go, we are told, be intellectually clever and you'll do well in life. And what we realized, the Naledi program is based on the understanding that that isn't enough. If you're going to succeed in life, you actually need to know how to do relationships. You need to know how to be comfortable with yourself. You need to know how to bring your voice into the world so that when you go for interviews and whatever other options you have, you show up properly and you really sell yourself well. So we believe, and this is what we'll be encouraging you to think, is that you need to have a lot of intelligences. You need emotional intelligence. You need to be intelligent physically. You need to be intelligent intellectually. But we feel the biggest gap in young people's development, and therefore what holds often people back in their careers, is this element called the emotional intelligence. We call it Naledi because we come to you today with a positive assumption. Every single person in this room is a star. That doesn't necessarily mean your results are star-like. And what we want to do, if you can see my hands, is we say potential is there and production is there. And we want to make them the same. We want to make your results really live up to your potential. And I don't mean just academic results. I mean, results could be the way you engage your sisters and your parents and your aunties and uncles at home, your friends, your teachers, your employer, somebody who you think might give you a bursary. Absolutely anybody in life, and any area of your life, you need to be able to be the best performer possible. And so we think it's a good idea to start believing in people even before we've met you. So none of you have met me before, or well, a few have, but most haven't. But it feels like a good thing. So what I want you to do as you're listening to me right now is just to do this. This says, yeah, I'm a star. Yeah, I'm a star. And we need to brainwash ourselves, okay? Because there's lots of people in your life that are brainwashing you negatively. All right? And we need to change that story, and we need to start telling ourselves the good news. So as of today, your second name is Naledi, or your third name, whichever you choose. Okay? So Ilyas is Ilyas Naledi, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Okay. And we are all about, we believe that you will unlock that potential, that star quality, if we can help you to build your self-worth. That feeling that I am great, that feeling that I'm okay, that I can go out into the world and be who I want to be. And I don't have any shame about who that is. We think you are going to get the results you want if you can really lock up, really solidify that self-worth. Any questions you have, please post them based on what I've just said on the chat. We've got just 2 hours, so we've got to go at a fairly brisk pace to cover all the material. But please feel really empowered to ask. We don't mind questions. In fact, we love questions. Questions are the best thing in the world. But if you have something you want to share at all already, just go to the chat and post it, and Anne will take care of you. Okay? Okay. I am, however, going to ask one person who would like to make a comment right now, who is courageous enough to speak up in front of everybody. Who? Come on. We have got a lot of people in the house here, I can see. Eh? Who would like to share? Anybody here? Okay, we'll take silence as golden for now. That's fine. I can see everyone smiling, going, not me, not me. Ooh. Okay, we'll see how you do as the week 2 hours go by. That's fine. Anyway, we're going to ask you now. Now you don't have a choice. And I'm going to ask people individually, so you don't have to choose yourself, to tell us who are you and where do you live? And if you live in Gauteng, we don't want to say you live in Gauteng. Let's be more specific. Okay? If you live in Cape Town or wherever you happen to live, who are you and where do you live? And I'm going to start, because I can see it, with Pumi. Okay.
Hi, everyone. I live in Johannesburg, or more specifically, I live in Bedfordview. Like I said, my name is Pumi, and I'm really excited for this workshop. And yeah, nice to meet all of you.
Thanks, Pumi. And just one action, she is in 3rd year teaching. She is one of the people who are going to transform South Africa. Not to put okay?
Thank you.
But we are so delighted you're here, because I'm an ex-teacher. We need to lock arms, okay? Okay.
Thank you so much.
Moving on to Tamir. Have I said your name right?
Yeah, it's Tamir.
Okay. Introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tamir from Cape Town.
Okay. Which part of Cape Town, Tamir?
Milnerton.
Milnerton. Okay.
Yeah.
And your language, Tamir?
English and Shona.
Sure.
Wow.
Oh, welcome, Zimbabwe. Wonderful. That is so nice. I used to live there. Welcome, Tamir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Zenit, let's hear from you. If you can turn on your video just to introduce yourself, at least.
Hi, everyone. Is it okay if I don't turn on my camera?
It's all right. We're not going to force you that. We're just hoping we could see your beautiful face. That's all.
I'm Zenit and I live in Cape Town.
Okay. Which part of Cape Town, Zenit?
I live in the islands.
Okay. Thank you. I'm asking, not knowing what that is, but it doesn't matter. It's okay. Molachadi, you could turn on your Petrella. Let's hear from you. Hello, Petronella. Just unmute yourself. Just unmute yourself.
You're on mute, Petrella.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Talk to us now.
Hi,
Hi, hi, hi.
how are you doing?
We're doing well. Where do you live, Petronella?
Oh, my name is Petrella and I live in Eastern Benoni.
That is fantastic. We're so pleased you're here today. Okay, I
Thank
hope you have
you.
a great time with us. We're going to move on to Liema Pongwana.
Hi everyone, I'm Liema and I live in East London.
Oh, wow. We have an East London participant. That is brilliant. Liema, you must tell everybody in East London what an amazing thing you're doing. And it will
Okay,
be East London very soon, okay? But you're very welcome. And you've come through the Tutonic platform, have you?
yeah.
That's fantastic. Welcome. And let's move to Sadia Akhtar. I hope I'm pronouncing names correctly here. Sadia?
Sorry, you've unmuted, but we can't hear you. I'm not sure if the audio is the issue with the audio, but
Can you hear me
Hello,
now?
Sadia.
yes, we can hear you now. Can hear you now.
Go for it. Tell us, Sadia.
Yes, I'm from Paul.
That's so nice. Okay. And what grade are you in, Sadia?
I'm in grade 11.
That's fantastic. And you go to school in Park.
Yes.
That is fantastic. You're very welcome here. We're really pleased that you're here. Okay. I'm even swallowing my water, getting so excited here. Let's ask Kwanda to introduce herself. Let's see you as well, Kwanda, if we can. Hello, Kwanda. Kwanda.
Hi everyone. I'm not sure if
We can hear you. It's fine, Kwanda. Keep going. Hello, Kwanda. Okay. We'll come back to Kwanda. Let's hear from Rene. Hello, Rene.
Can everybody hear me? Hello, I'm Rene.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, I'm Rene and I'm in grade 12 and I go to Robbins in Johannesburg.
You go to which school?
Robbins
And where is that, Rene?
in Alberton.
Alberton. Okay. Wow, we're getting real representation from the East Rand here. That's amazing. Okay, thank you. Kwanda, let's come back to you. Now that we saw your beautiful face again, let's hear from you. Hello? No? Okay, Jonah, just introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm Jonah, originally from Zimbabwe, but I currently stay in Johannesburg, North Randburg to be specific, and I'm currently a second-year student in computer science at the University of Pretoria.
And what you don't know is that also, if you're interested, he runs a Instagram account called Youth Platform, which is I'm loosely looking to do very similar things to what Naledi's all about. And that's why we invited him. And he was also a student under my wife when she was a teacher. So we've known each other quite some time, but it takes some time sometimes to get yourselves into the same room. Welcome, John.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. There's someone here called User. Is that right? Do we have someone called User in the room? We don't have their name. That's all I can call you. Hello? No? Okay. Anne,
Good morning, everyone. Quite exciting to be back in 2021. My name is Anne. I stay in Joburg, Randburg to be specific. Jonas, you are my neighbor. I will be managing the chat. Please keep me busy. Say anything that you'd like to say. Any questions you didn't get a chance to ask, please throw in there and let's enjoy today. Thank you, Charles.
Okay, wonderful. All right. There was a few more people, Elias, who came in, but I can't see them. I saw the people looking to be admitted. Is Shakina there? Oh, let's hear from Carmen. Carmen, for all of you don't know, is a member of the Naledi team. Recently joined, but is very, very curious to hear what you guys have to say. All yours, Carmen.
Hi, everyone. I'm Carmen. I live in Kensington, Johannesburg. And yeah, I'm just glad to be here and saying hi to all of you. Thanks,
Carmen. Okay, I can see some people are struggling to stay on, Elias. They're getting kicked out and then being asked to rejoin, but we're gonna move on just because time is against us. But thanks for everybody for sharing a little bit of who you are. Let me just use, okay. So we've heard your voices, and one of the most important things about Naledi is that you feel fine to be heard. We want to see you, we want to hear you. The world wants to know who you are. If you want to succeed, you've got to be okay with that. Okay, so that's part of our journey here. Okay, so our workshop today is about the 7 R's of leadership. The 7 R's, you can see them on your screen, are the most important thing that we want you to learn and develop over the weeks. And we know 4 weeks isn't long. We're just getting started, is to build the skill around these 7 resources. So the question you've got in front of you on the screen, though, is, we know you've got them, but will you use them? And we're coming to you today with the assumption that you are a leader. You may not know it, you may not believe it, but we think with the weeks to come, you will start to realize we all are leaders in one way or another, and we all have these 7 resources. But as you'll discover over the morning, it's one thing to have it, it's another thing to use it. So just give yourself time to breathe those 7 skills in, those 7 resources. And just on the chat right now, what I want you to do is to name the one you reckon you are really good at. Just go to the chat and name one of those 7 R's, those 7 resources that you think you can really say confidently, this is me, I'm really good at this. Go to the chat now and post, please. So let's see what people are posting here. We've got a reasoner, we've got a relationship person, we've got resilience. What else have we got here? We've got relationships, resilience, relationships, resourcefulness, relationships, reasoning. Okay, we've got a lot of relationships. Sadia is big on reflection. So just so you know, we're not asking for competition. We're just saying, where are you today? How far have you progressed in developing these R's? And we know you have, and you're clearly showing it. And all of them are really important. So don't think that whatever you choose is more or less important. Okay. Any more for any more? Okay. Sure. So I'm just going to go to a new slide which speaks to the same thing. Okay, so I'm just reading to you. Please feel able to respond. I'll ask you about them. We say, whether we are aware of it or not, we are always using these 7 resources. Relationship is the one that holds them all together. But relationship is the skill, if we were to name one that we think seems to serve us the best. Over the 10 years we've run this program, the thing that people most want to get good at, the one that most seems to make a difference to their life, is feeling more connected to people, having better quality connections. So we're saying, when you are reasoning, you often reason with people in conversation. When we're taking risks, we're often taking risks in relationship with my family members or friends. When we are reflecting, we often reflect about who we are in relationship, or we reflect with people in conversation. And we're often having to take responsibility for relationships, or relationships help us to take more responsibility. And as the weeks go by, you'll see this is how it works. But the key thing is that you start to own these resources and practice them. Nothing ever changed if we didn't change, if we didn't try things differently. And when we say the word ownership, we mean claim these resources, these 7R's, make them yours. They do not belong to Charles, they do not belong to Anne or to Ilias or to Leila. They belong to whoever wants them. And if we can, therefore, we can lead ourselves through any challenge or any opportunity in life. So there are 6 things to hold on to tightly. But don't just think it's like going to Pick and Pay, getting them off the shelf, and that's going to change your life. You've got to apply them. And you know this in school. Applied knowledge is what makes all the difference, not the knowledge itself, but what we do with the knowledge. Okay, I need to apologize to Leila and Ilias. It was super rude, and I forgot to let them introduce themselves to people. So I'm putting my hand up here. In the lady, we take responsibility, right, for relationships. Leila, take it away.
Hi, everyone. I'm Leila, and I'm in Cape Town in Rondebosch East. And I've just finished my first week of full-time teaching high school maths. It was a good week.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hello. And she's still alive to talk about it.
I am, yeah.
That's fantastic. Thanks for that. All yours, Ilias.
Hi everyone, my name is Ilias and I'm also from Cape Town in Walmer State. I'm a 5th year medical student, currently doing my rotation in pediatrics.
Wow.
Okay, so he's going to be messing with your body one day when you're in Cape Town and hopefully making it a better body. And that's wonderful. We've got a new guy in the house. He's not new. He's actually one of our oldies but goldies called Umleleki. Umleleki, just say hi to everybody if you can turn on your video. Umleleki and Kwanda were with us last year. They've come back for a second bite of the cherry. Hi there.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nuleki Ndlela. I've just completed my senior year, the class of 2020. It's been a rough journey, but hopefully the results are coming out on Monday. So hopefully I've made it. I'll be doing aviation. I'll be joining the military from as soon as I get accepted. I'm not too sure yet.
Okay. Umleleki, tell everybody where you are right now.
Right now I'm in my home in Boksburg. I'm in my study room. Yeah.
Okay, so he's in Joburg. He's another Joburger. Kwanda, so nice to see you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kwanda Ndlovu. I am 14 years old this year, and I'm in grade 9, and I'm also in Johannesburg.
Sure, Kwanda, so good to see you. Okay, thanks, everybody. Now, my guilt is reduced a bit. We're going to move on. Any questions you have about the 7R? Does anybody who is listening for the first time want to ask a question? This is not a lecture. This is not your classroom. Now, ladies, all about you feeling this is yours to play with, to work with. Ask any question you like. Would anybody like to ask a question? I know your teachers aren't used to asking you these things. This is different, okay? So just know the more you can engage with us and ask questions, the more you're going to feel this is yours. This does not belong to anybody else. So Rene, how is it for you? What is these 7R's? Do you feel you can use them for yourself?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, that's wonderful. All right, thank you so much. I'm just going to move on. So what I'd like you guys to do is to go to, on your browser, go to www.menti.com and type in the number that is there, 2819564, and answer the question that is there, which is, what will make you feel safe, beg your pardon, what will make you feel safe and free to participate in the workshop fully? Okay, let me just share. Here we go. One second, let me just get it there. Okay, now you can go. All yours.
Sorry, Mr. Charles, can I just have the passcode again?
Yes.
It's at the top of the screen, 2819564. You can see it there.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Wow, so openness and trust is what you're looking for. And we want honesty will make you feel free and safe. Confidence, I hope you're saying confidence in me. I have to live up to that. We want engagement. And absolutely, so for all of those who are not taking my invitation to ask questions, we're going to push you harder. If you stay silent, your opportunity here will be less than if you speak. So ask Mumleleki and Kwanda. This is a place to talk. This is not a place to feel like you're going and reading a textbook about life. Conversation is the key to how we progress here. So trust and openness are definitely the biggest parts of this. We've got a couple of people saying engagement. Wonderful. Okay. let's engage you guys now about this. Why is trust so important? Let's hear from Liema. Liema, why is trust so important if we're going to talk to each other and listen to each other a lot today?
Trust is important for us because, I don't know, I feel like the more we trust each other, the more we trust each other's opinions, the better.
Okay, good answer. I like that. Pumi, why is honesty important? Why assume we don't know anything about this stuff? Come on.
Well, honesty is important in every sense because obviously if we can be honest with each other, that shows a reflection of ourselves, that we're honest with ourselves. And yeah, we need to be as transparent as possible so we can, get the most out of the workshop, and also that we can learn as much as we can.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you. Cool. Let's hear from Tamir. Tamir, what do you think makes trust and openness and honesty so important if we're going to really learn together?
I feel like for people maybe who are shy and stuff, they can learn from others. If you trust someone, you can be able to listen to what they say and possibly I don't know how to explain it, but it helps someone else who doesn't have the courage to say something.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tamir, you're right on the money. Zenith, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about these big words that everybody shared? That we need to really trust each other and we need to be open and transparent and engage. What is your feeling about this?
I agree with what everyone said. It's important that we all trust each other and trust you because we're all learning and it needs to be a safe space for everyone to share their opinion.
Okay, that sounds good. Great. Thank you, everybody. We're just feeling each other out here, right? We're just gradually getting into this to say, let's not assume that there's an easy way. But what I'd like you to do right on the chat right now is to post out of 10, how much do you trust what we are doing here? Not how much you trust your granny, buddy. But so far, how much are you trusting this process called Naledi? Just give it a number. 10 means, yes, you love it. You really trust it. 0 means you want to go home. Okay? This isn't working for you. Let's hear your number. Just put a number so we can see what you think so far. Liam is going 9. Oh, I'm blushing. Leila Molakhadi is saying 10. Mululeke is saying 10. Yo. Carmen's 10. Sheebas. Let's hear from a few more people. Let's post your number. Post your number. I feel like I'm taking bets here. It's very weird. Jonah says 8. Zenith says 10. Anne says 10. Rene says 10. Pumi says 10. Okay. All right. I better cool off because I'm blushing now. We believe in what we're doing, but it's always good for you to engage with this. All right. That's wonderful. So there is a workshop coming in 2 weeks' time that is all about trust. And actually, everything we do is about trust. But that day, we'll be talking very specifically about trust because it's such an important topic. And we've got a few comments here. Anne has said, it's good to get more out of the engagement. It improves participation by all. There's room for learning. Wow, beautiful. Thanks, Anne. Okay, so we are now going to get right into the heart and soul of what we're doing. Stop sharing this one, and I'm going to get back. There we go. Is that shared?
Yes.
Thank you. Cool. We're going to show you a video now by a guy called Tony Robbins, and we're going to show it to you twice. And I want you to think really hard how you feel about what he says, and how true is what he said for you. How true in your life is what he said about being resourceful. Is it you? Or is it not you? How much of what did he say is you? So watch this video right now.
Every person in this room who described failure described it for the following reasons. And I gave all the reasons: time, money, network we don't have, people we don't have, not the right management, not the right people, right? We don't have the resource. And they went through this whole thing. I said, with all these things, not of Supreme Court justices, what they all have in common is you're all saying we didn't have the resources to succeed. Money is a resource. Time is a resource. Technology is a resource. People is a resource. Experience is a resource. Supreme Court justices are so many resources, right? And they all agreed. I said, here's the only problem. I said, in my experience, and you correct me if you're wrong, and I want an honest answer. When we get out of ourselves and we look at human beings and their ability to succeed or fail, how many people you've ever met who did not have the resources and they beat somebody who had all the resources? I said, resources, when you look at the most powerful and effective people in history, were never the problem. They didn't have the resources, but they got them. How do people get resources when they don't have them? The answer is they're resourceful. The ultimate resource is resourcefulness. That's what makes someone successful. And here's what's great about resourcefulness: who has it within them? Who? Who? Every human being, but the question is whether you access it or not.
Everybody heard that video?
Yes, we did, Charles.
Yes.
No, just double checking. I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we did.
That's fine. We're gonna play it again. Here we go. Second time round, see what you missed first time.
Every person in this room who described failure described it for the following reasons. And I gave all the reasons: time, money, network we don't have, people we don't have, not the right management, not the right people, right? We don't have the resource. And they went through this whole thing. I said, with all these things, not of Supreme Court justices, what they all have in common is you're all saying we didn't have the resources to succeed. Money is a resource. Time is a resource. Technology is a resource. People is a resource. Experience is a resource. Supreme Court justices are so many resources, right? And they all agreed. I said, here's the only problem. I said, in my experience, and you correct me if you're wrong, and I want an honest answer. When we get out of ourselves and we look at human beings and their ability to succeed or fail, how many people you've ever met who did not have the resources and they beat somebody who had all the resources? I said, resources, when you look at the most powerful and effective people in history, were never the problem. They didn't have the resources, but they got them. How do people get resources when they don't have them? The answer is they're resourceful. The ultimate resource is resourcefulness. That's what makes someone successful. And here's what's great about resourcefulness: who has it within them? Who? Who? Every human being, but the question is whether you access it or not.
Okay. There we go. Let me just get out of this. Cool. All right. Now, I hope everybody's warmed up enough that we can really go there. So let's ask Jonah. Jonah, how did you feel about that? Was Mr. Robbins talking to you, or was this about other people?
No, he really did speak to me, if I'm being honest, because I think as people, we're very often to quickly conclude that because of our circumstances, because of what we don't have, things are impossible to do, you know what I mean? Whereas I really love how he's just touching on it's a matter of how you use what you have, you know what I mean, to get through things, to get through situations. So yeah, that was just really, really powerful for me, and I totally agree.
Was there anything that really stood out above all else?
Yeah, particularly when just how he emphasized that's the number one resource, because it's not that obvious, you know. When we think resources, we think the things he was listing, we think money, we think all the materialistic things, whereas we don't look at it as a skill. So that was the biggest thing for me, to see that it's quite an interesting way to look at it, that the biggest resource we have is the ability to be resourceful. So that was what really stood out for me.
Okay, Jonah, you're speaking to people here. Sadia's going, yeah, me too. And Sadia is saying, absolutely. Rene, I agree. So you suddenly become the president all of a sudden here. You speak to the people. And isn't that fantastic? And one of the things is we tend to understand things we can hold. And what Naledi's about isn't something you can hold. It's an attitude. And I think that's what Mr. Tony Robbins, with that very big chin of his, is saying. Yeah. What do you think, Pumi? What did he say to you that got under your skin?
I think for me, I relate to that quite a lot, because I have goals that I'm trying to, accomplish on a daily basis, really important goals to me. And sometimes I feel like, no, I'm never going to do this because I don't have this. And I try and think about, like, maybe if I had that, maybe I should buy that or buy this or buy that. Maybe I can actually accomplish my goals. So yeah, it really did speak to me quite a lot. And yeah, it's one of the excuses that me and probably a lot of people make is that I can't do this because I don't have time, I don't have the money, I'm not in the right environment to do so. But we don't actually realize that we ourselves need to be be resourceful ourselves, not just make excuses. So yeah, I do 100% agree with what he said.
Oh, sure. Isn't it easy? What I'm hearing Pumi saying is that it's just easy thing to look elsewhere rather than here. Can you see me here? Is you are the biggest resource of all. And we just have to believe that. Okay? And I'm just going to say it again. You have to trust, if you're going to lead your life effectively, that you are the answer. So when we define resourcefulness, we say it's about the first resource is you. Pick and Pay doesn't have the answer. It can help, okay? But even, let's say, Pumi goes to Jonah, okay? And Jonah says, why don't you do this? Pumi can go home and do nothing with what Jonah said. She did nothing with the resource, with the advice. And then it's a waste, right? Petronella, what are you thinking? Hi, Petronella. Petronella, come in. Kwanda.
Hello?
Yes. Hi, Petronella. What are you thinking about what we're saying here? How do you feel about the idea that you are an amazing resource? You're thinking.
Well, I actually relate to Pumi about about the goals and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. So it makes sense what Pumi is saying to you. Hey, Petronella?
Yes, it does.
Good. Are you going to do something about this realization?
Yes, I am.
Because ultimately, we're all about change here, right?
Yes.
This learning is about saying, I get it. I identify with the people in the room. And when I feel I need to go out and do something differently with the resources I have. Okay?
Yes.
And then I'm going to start leading more. I'm making it sound simple. I know it's not easy. But when we get it clear between our temples here, our lives can change. Your lives can change. Okay? I sound like a pastor here. I'm not a pastor, I promise. Okay. Let's hear from Sadia. Sadia, what are you thinking? What have we not heard so far that you'd like to add to the conversation about what Tony Robbins said? Hello, Sadia. Sadia, can you hear us? Okay, let's go to Kwanda. What would you like to tell us? What's your contribution?
Okay, the video was relatable, and I'd like to say that being resourceful is a life choice that everyone is going to take at some point. But the most important choice that anyone should take in life is to acknowledge the things that you do have and compromise until you get what you want. Life is about taking risks and trusting other people and etc. Failure is not necessarily a setback, but a sign for a mega comeback. Despite that, I think the ultimate resource is yourself and the aspects that you possess. Even the slightest things, like small advice, can change everything. But apart from everything, you are the driver of your life, and that's something we should all identify in ourselves and in our lives.
Kwanda, that's wonderful. Absolutely. It's you can hear she's been playing with us last year. Yeah. Not that she didn't know a lot before she arrived with us, but we want to take credit for a little bit of what she's saying here. But the point I love is she's saying a mistake is not a mistake. A mistake is a resource. Okay. When we get something wrong, it's an opportunity to learn. And so any learning opportunity is a resource. Do we just feel sad and go and curl up in bed and go, oh, I'm never going to become an astrophysicist or a teacher? Or am I going to get out there again? And it's linking resourcefulness to resilience. Resilience means we don't give up, right? We just don't stop. So in fact, resilience is a type of resource, right? We just have that stubborn attitude that says, we're going to keep going. I'm going to learn from my mistake, pick myself up, and I'm going to take charge of my life. Because just as she says, we, you, all of us are the major influence on our destiny, on what we achieve in life. As much as we can look elsewhere and go, oh, these people, they never did X, Y, Z for me. And you're going, yep, that's life. That's what happens. People do let us down. And what are you going to do about it? Okay, it's very tough. Tamia, what do you think? I'm going to hit 2 more voices and then we're going to move on.
I think the most important thing is not to look at what you have or what you don't have. It's always about how you carry yourself out and how serious you are about achieving something, and just trusting yourself and trusting the process.
Yeah, Tamia, you had a good breakfast this morning, right?
I haven't had breakfast yet.
Well, can you imagine what she would share with you guys if she'd had breakfast as well? Amazing. What a fantastic answer. It is. The process is a big part of the success story, right? Absolutely. Beautiful. And we've got a new person in the house called Rene, and her surname is Poku. Hello there.
She's still connecting her audio, so she can't hear you.
Yeah, that's no problem. Let's hear one more comment. Zenith, what do you think? Are you going to be, do you know resources now that you haven't been using that you think right now, I need to get out there and use them a bit better?
Definitely. I agree with what everyone said. And it's true. We shouldn't let our circumstances affect us and affect our goals, even though it can be hard sometimes. But we all have the ability to achieve great things. And
Yeah, Zenith. So how good is your belief that you have the ability to do great things? Right now, I'm going to put you on the spot, Zenith. Because you see, You're saying, yeah, go on.
I do have the ability to achieve everything I put my mind to. It's just hard because you see everyone else, and it's hard not to compare what you're doing to what everyone else is doing, if that makes sense. But yeah.
Okay. All right, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Is Miss Puku there? Can you say hello to us?
Yes, I'm here. It's Rene. I was just changing devices.
Okay. I'm glad you're here. Okay. So we are just talking about how can we lead. Can I ask you, do you think of yourself as a leader?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I'm not going to let you get away with it just that though, because I want you to feel part of us. Tell us, why do you think you're a leader?
Well, I've been here since the start of the workshop, so I think I do display some of those characteristics that you showed us. And yeah, that's why I think I am a leader.
Okay, that's great. You're very welcome, Poku. How do I say your name? Please tell us how we can pronounce your name correctly, your first name.
My name is Rene, but you can just call me Rene.
No, I'm going to go with Renue because this white guy grow up and learn a few extra skills there. Okay. All right. How am I doing? Renue. Are you happy with my pronunciation?
No, it's Rene.
Renue. All right. Okay, I'm giving in. I'm going to call you Rene. All right, just for today, but I'm going to practice lots and lots of times. Okay, cool. So I want us to, just on the chat now, just put something to say, what is your biggest learning so far from this workshop? Just punch in a one-liner to say, this is the big learning so far. I know it's hard for Rene or Renue to answer this one because she's just arrived, but for everybody else at least, what is your biggest learning so far today? Tamir says to always be brave, trust yourself and to stand out. Liema says being resourceful is a resource. You got it in one, Liema. Muleki, we are bigger than we think. Definitely. Yeah. There's an infinite amount of ability in us, we could say, Muleki. Renue says, yes, I was here as Rene before. Oh, I see. Okay. I get you now, Rene. How important it is to be resourceful, says Sadia, and a deeper understanding of resourcefulness. That's great. The key, Sadia, is that after this workshop, you take that resourcefulness and you lead more, like a wakeful way. Okay? Like you are really on top of things. Kwanda says, resources are within every single one of us, and failure is a hindrance for a mega comeback. Okay? A hindrance or an enabler? I would say failure is just one step closer to success. Leila Omar says, I need to remind myself often that resourcefulness is the best resource, and says, use ability to be resourceful to get and use resources for my growth. Yeah. Pumi says, being resourceful yourself and trusting that you are your own safety net. So do you see, the more we love ourselves, the more we build our self-worth, the easier it is to be resourceful. Just to link it to the main message of Naledi. Okay. Another resource, therefore, is that ability to say, Umnandi, I am fantastic. I'm okay. And when you do that, you will trust your resourcefulness more. Beautiful. Thank you, everybody. We're going to move on. And now we're going to put you into a breakaway room. Ilyas will put you into a room where you will speak and tell a story. You will each have 5 minutes. Okay? You'll tell a story about a relationship in your life where you've used one of the other R's Right? Let me remind you what they are. They are resourcefulness. They are resilience. It's reasoning, risk-taking, reflection, responsibility. Which of these other R's in your story can you bring up to tell a story about where you have been leading in a relationship or in any relationship in your life you like? You're going to have 5 minutes. Just be very clear, everybody. Please make sure both parties have roughly the equal amount of time. We're going to give you 5 minutes each to really tell the whole story about a relationship in your life where you've drawn on one more of the R's, or the 7 R's. So you're going to talk about 2 R's here, relationship and one other one, at least.
Charles, would you like to be in a breakout room?
If you've got an uneven number, please chuck me in there. But otherwise, I would prefer not to be, yeah?
Okay.
I would rather you guys be there if you can, just so I can give my voice a rest for 5 minutes. But I'm happy to be there if needed. Okay?
Charles, can I ask you just to leave the meeting, then I'll create the breakout rooms and you come back.
I'll leave the meeting.
Then just join with the same link.
Okay.
Okay.
Just thinking how I do that. Left.
And Anne, would you like to be in a breakout room?
She would not, I think. I think she would prefer not to.
Elias, I thought I would update my chats, but also if there is one person who needs a partner, I'm available.
Okay, so if it's 3 of, and Layla?
I can be in a breakout room. I don't mind. I'm happy to do that.
But then it's 12. Then we can have 4 groups of 3. Okay, so I'm just going to ask Anne and Charles if you can just quickly. Actually, let me just try this. Just give me a moment. I'm going to try this. Let's try this.
Would 2 not work better, Elias?
Would you want to have 2? Okay, so then it's 6 groups of 2.
No, I'm just thinking. Yeah, then the 5 minutes each would work better, I think.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm going to open the rooms now. And then Charles, you'll go into the breakout room, but you can just leave it afterwards. It'll add you, but you can just leave it afterwards once you've joined. Okay, perfect. Okay.
Cool.
Let's
All right,
go.
so 5 minutes each.
Okay, let's all join the breakout rooms now. Okay, the students are now in the breakout rooms.
Oh, these fucking
I actually just realized now, trolls, that
yeah.
the other option is just to do it manually assign students.
Yeah,
Because then because we have a fewer group, smaller group. So I actually just realized now, trolls, that
yeah.
1 minute left.
Have they had 10 minutes already?
I thought you said it was 5 minutes.
No. 5 minutes each. Give them all. Can you extend it?
Yes, I can extend it. I've told him 5 minutes left.
Wonderful, thanks.
Tamir, Maliki, you have 5 minutes left. You can still.
Oh, okay.
Oh, do we still have 5 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, because it thought that our time was over. Okay.
See, Charles,
yeah,
on the YouTube, it's recording this. You see, because it's broadcasting the main stream, which is one of the reasons why we thought it might be better to actually record it locally. Because
yeah,
when you
let's do
record
that.
it, when you
You can
record it
then cut
locally,
it out, can't you?
no, you can press pause on the recording. So when people go into the breakout rooms, you press pause, and then when they come back out, so it's like you've just cut that part out entirely. But I mean, we can still keep the live session on now because there's still got to be a part afterwards. Because and then maybe upload it to YouTube later on. Because you can always upload the recording to YouTube, but we can also upload it to the Tutonic platform.
Yeah, no, I think it's better because one, it'll end up being a shorter recording, which will make it more attractive to people to engage with.
Mm.
So yeah, sorry, I'm in a steep learning curve here. Let's go with what you're suggesting, absolutely, because there's lots of lovely bits in these engagements which we can package and use to promote. There's quite a lot of people who either didn't get the link for some reason, and one man, he was counting on data and it didn't come to him. So I think we'll have quite a lot more people next Saturday.
Okay, and the Orange Farm people?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. The difficulty also there is they have very, very poor network there, or a very unreliable network. So sometimes they connect well, sometimes they don't. So we'll do what we can between now and next Saturday to figure out what we can do to mitigate that problem.
Okay, so that we actually supposed to have like at least seven more people. At least,
yeah, but part of the lady journey is that people don't realize that when they can't make things, they need to speak up. Two people who desperately wanted to join just didn't turn up, and they haven't told the person who introduced them to me. One other lady was busy looking after her granny, a young woman. So we'll get there. It's there are always teething problems. So let's focus on who are here, and let's on this for next week. And hopefully from next week we'll have a better. You see here, Michaela's joining. She was the lady looking after her 90-year-old granny because her mother was out.
Okay.
So I said,
can I close the breakout rooms?
Yeah, please. Let's do that. Yeah.
I should be joining now.
We are back.
Great. Cool. How many have we got back? Pretty much everybody. Let's hear from Carmen. Carmen, who were you with? How was it for you to share a story?
Hi, Charles. I spoke to Lema, and he is in grade 11. It was great to share our stories. We actually had enough time to even recap our stories with each other. He focused a lot on reasoning, and resilience also stands out for him. So we spoke about 3 actually when it came to him. He was thinking that it's better for him to learn how to reason, because sometimes he found that educators were, there could be problems in the relationship. So he found that he uses that quite a bit. And then in terms of resilience, I don't know, he just keeps picking it up, even in the stories that I was telling him. So I think it just stands out for him. And yeah, it was great to share my story with him. It was lovely chatting.
Okay, let's hear Liema. Let's hear the second side of the equation. Liema, how was it to share, to talk about yourself to someone you don't really know that much, just met today, right?
It was okay. This is a new experience for me, and I didn't know what to do, but then it was really okay. We got to share experiences with each other, and we trusted each other enough and had enough confidence in each other to share those past experiences. So it was a very good experience for me because I was comfortable talking to her.
Yeah, you sound confident even telling us about this. So that's isn't it? Confidence is the biggest in the world, right? So
yeah, it is.
When you go out into the world, we often have to talk to strangers, right?
Yeah, you have to talk to strangers all the time.
Let me ask you, Liema, are you clearer about relationship now that you've had to tell a story about a relationship?
Yeah, I am clearer about relationships now more than I was before. So it did make a difference.
Okay. That's great. Thank you so much. Zenith, who were you sharing with?
I was with Pumi. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but yeah.
Sorry, just say that again for us, Zenith.
I was with Pumi.
Okay, and Pumi, and tell us, how was it? Are you a bit clearer about that relationship now that you've told your colleague about it? Now that you've told Pumi about it?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so talking helps. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, it does. It definitely does. It does help.
And tell me, while I'm with you, Zian, did you learn from Pumi's story?
Yes, I did. She's a very resourceful person. And
Okay. And tell me, which other R were you talking about, Zenith? When you were telling your story, which other R were you conscious of?
I was talking about reasoning.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's hear from Petronella. How was it? I know that you were with Leila. How was it to tell your story to Leila?
So we had a bit of a technical difficulty, Charles. After you left, I then told my little bit of the story, but then Petronella kind of disappeared, I think, and then I came back to the main meeting. So I'm not sure. Yeah.
She's coming back right now. She's being asked to be admitted. So this is connectivity.
Yeah, tricky. Yeah, so she didn't actually get to share. So yeah.
Shame. Let's hear what she has to say in a minute about what she heard from you. Okay. Jonah, who did you share with? Jonah?
I was with Sadia, but similar to Layla's situation, we had a technical glitch. I got to share my piece, but she didn't really get to share her side.
So let's ask you then. Have you talked about this relationship before?
Funny enough, not yet, because it's something, it's quite a recent thing. Yeah, it's quite fresh. Last year, so I've still been in the process of working on it. So it was good to actually speak about it for the first time, I guess, because I'd never spoken to anyone else about it except for the other person involved in the relationship.
So just talking is a resource, right?
No, for sure. It really is, because funny enough, before we got into this workshop today, I didn't realize what helped me get through that relationship or want to improve it. But today I discovered that it was the reflection on the relationship that helped me get on that. So I can pinpoint and put a word to it, which just makes it make more sense,
That's great. So, and my guess is if whoever you were speaking to, if you were to talk about that relationship again, you would get even more juice out of that conversation, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. Because like you said in to the other speaker there, we don't know each other, but if we'd speak about it again, I'd be more comfortable. I think I'd be more willing to dig deeper into that.
Sure. So talking and even conversation is a resource, right?
It really is.
So as much as it was sad that Sadia wasn't able to hear it all and she couldn't share, you heard your own voice, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I didn't feel, yeah.
And can we say that therefore reflection was also part of the gig here, right?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't look at it that way, but it really was.
Okay. Here's the secret for everybody, in case I don't want to play games here. You're using all 7 R's every time you breathe. Okay? That's just a little thing you can put in your back pocket. but you need to go away and think about it after this workshop. Yeah, we may be more aware of certain R's that, you know, they show up more clearly in our thinking. Okay, but I mean, just now, Jonah's example, he was reflecting on his life. He was using the resource of talking and of conversation. He was taking responsibility for his story because he dared to share it, right? He was making more sense of a relationship. So that in 30 seconds, I've named 3 or 4 of the R's. He was almost certainly reasoning. Yeah. I'm just answering. Thanks. There's someone trying to join the group who wasn't able to. 1 second. Okay. Thanks very much. Umlaleki, who were you sharing with?
I was with Tamia. I'm not sure if I'm saying her name correctly.
Tamia, who didn't have breakfast.
Yes.
Right. Tell us, how was it? What I want to hear from you, Umlaleki.
Yes.
What did you learn from Tamia? Without sharing her story, what did you learn from listening to her?
We both had similar experiences about resourcefulness because we both basically quite introverted people. So building relationships with other people has actually allowed us to grow and become more resourceful and bettering ourselves in every aspect of life. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So isn't that a comforting thing where we realize that we're not going through a relationship
alone,
our own here, right? So let's hear from your partner in crime, Tamia. How was it for you to listen to your partner?
I think it was really great to be able to speak to someone who's had the same experience and for someone to understand like something that you have gone through. It was very relatable and it was a nice feeling.
Tamia, I have to tell you, it's so interesting how people who live in Cape Town pick up the Cape Townian accent, even though you grew up in Zimbabwe once upon a time. I love it. Okay, so that's wonderful testimony, Tamia. So there's a mutual benefit here, right, Tamia?
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. And tell me, have you got a better understanding of that relationship that you shared?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Which R were you aware of using or talking about as well as relationship?
I think reasoning.
Tell us a bit more.
Because I was able to reason with him because he's had the same experience. So like, it's very important to be able to reason.
Sure. No, absolutely. Okay. One more thing, Tamia. Prove the case to us, okay? Why is it important to reason? Why is it that we have to think like that?
I think when you reason, it shows that you understand something and you understand what you as a person is saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so reasoning shows that you're understanding, but it most probably helps you to build more understanding, right?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. We've got somebody who is joining the room who has been fighting to get onto this call, and her name is Moku. Moku, come in, Moku. She's one of our colleagues. Are you there, Moku? Hi, Moku. Halala, just everybody needs to do this, okay? If you can see what I'm doing, we need to just do her a bit of a shower here, okay? Not just because she's one of our team, but because for about an hour, she's been fighting the technology. Or she lives in Orange Farm, and Orange Farm's connectivity, let's just call it, is terrible. But she's here. That's the important thing. She's here, and I want to ask you just to, let's hear your voice. We've been sharing stories about relationships, okay? So I just want you to breathe into that. But first, tell us how you're feeling now that you've eventually connected with Naledi online.
I feel like I live on the most remote part of the world. It's just terrible. I mean, you know, an hour and a half has gone since I've been trying to get in, and I feel really terrible, but I'm glad I'm here now. Yeah.
Which resource were you using to make sure you got here? Come on. Which is the resource that you really showed today? You were leading, right?
Yes.
With which R?
With relationship, because I had to go ask someone to borrow me their router because mine's not connecting because Telcom's like giving up and he uses M-Web. So I had to be friendly. I had to be resourceful. I had to be resilient. I definitely had to be resilient because I kept trying over and over again. So yeah.
Sure. I hope everybody on the call here is listening. We've got a walking, talking lady here. Yeah, she's shining. Can you see those teeth shining? Okay. Muku is one of our team, and very sadly, she pulled together lots of people to join us, and just for one reason or another, I'm sure they're also struggling with the connectivity. So be ready for a tsunami from Orange Farm next Saturday when we've sorted out the technical challenges, and we'll figure out what's the best place in Orange Farm to find a good link. But the point is you're here, so halala for that, yeah? And we've just been sharing stories about relationships. That's where we're at. And people are starting to realize their stories are often quite similar, and that a lot of other R's are unavoidably involved in relationships, right? And so, yeah, let's hear from a couple of other people. Kwanda, who are you with? Talk to us, Kwanda.
I was with Miss Anne and Rene. I don't know, Rene. But I will be focusing on Rene's story. So she had to change schools. So her parents said she should challenge herself by changing schools, and she realized that she hadn't been using any R's. So she risked everything. She also mentioned that she used resourcefulness to look up a school that she will feel comfortable in. So at the time, and probably even now, she has the ability to find quick ways to overcome obstacles, which is clever, and most importantly, she benefited from those same actions. Her story reminded me that every single scenario in our lives is preparing us for a greater scenario. So we should remember to use the 7R's regularly and be observant of our surroundings and the benefits that come with it.
Okay, Kwanda, don't go away. I can hear you. You're a great speech maker, but you're not off the hook yet.
Okay.
In telling your story about a relationship, what R were you drawing on? Which R did you realize this story is about more than just a relationship? It's about using another R. Which one were you talking about or realizing you're using?
In my story or in hers?
Your story, yeah. I don't want to hear the story so much, but just more about which R are you conscious of in that story? Your story.
I think it's risk taking.
Okay.
Because I now know that relationship is the most important one, but before I thought that it's risk taking is something that we should all be capable of doing, because I thought it evaluates all the R's. Because in order for you to have a relationship with someone, in order for you to trust, you have to risk. I don't know if I'm making sense, but you also have to risk. In order for you to be reasoning, you have to risk something. So I thought that risk taking was the one that really stood up for me the most.
Okay. And here's the interesting thing. Thanks so much, Kwanda, is that risk-taking is the latest R to join the party, okay? When we started this program, risk-taking wasn't one of the R's, but what we realized is most probably risk-taking is the thing that people most struggle with. We don't want to get hurt in relationships. Right. So what I'd like everyone to do is to be resourceful right now and go onto chat and post something about how they are going to take risks more when we finish this workshop, okay? One way you are going to be more of a risk taker and use that resource and lead your life a little bit better. Just post on the chat right now one way you are going to be more of a risk taker. And I see you, Michaela, welcome to the party. We'll include you just now. But can we all go to chat right now and post? Post one way you're going to take a risk in the next day or two so that you are more resourceful with that risk-taking skill that you have. Let's go there, people. Let's go there. Let's go to chat. Kwanda says she's going to remember her worth. And that is a risk for her. That is a very interesting thing. Jonah says, use the end goal to encourage me to understand that the risk is worth it. So I'm going to push Jonah to write a bit more to say, is it a risk to use the end goal? Pumi says, I'll take a risk by teaching in South Korea. Woo. I'd like to hear your South Korean someday. Tamia says, I'm going to challenge myself and ask the question, how are you going to use risk-taking to be a better you? And we've got another addition to the room called Addition Mofokeng. Welcome. Liema says, I'm going to take risks to be more resourceful. Liema, give us more detail. How are you going to take a risk to be more resourceful? And I want to hear a bit more also from Jonah. You know, Charles doesn't take easy answers lightly. We're going to push you. Layla says, I'm going to make sure that I speak up and share my opinions when working with colleagues at school, despite being a new teacher. So she's going to shake off the new teacher tag. Muku says, I'm going to use my speaking gift to teach on radio. Halala. Kwanda says, I'm going to go to Harvard or MIT. Okay, so she's aiming high, and we know that's a risk. Sadia says, I'm going to challenge myself to become a physician and study well to make it to UCT. We believe you can do that, Sadia. And Rene says, I'm going to take a risk by challenging myself to stop procrastinating. Dead right. Love it, Rin. It is, all of these things are risks, but I still want to push Jonah for a little bit more. How do using goals, how is that a risk? I know it's a way of managing risk, but how is it a risk to look at the goals? Can we hear one more thing from you?
Okay, can I say it?
Yeah,
Maybe.
go for it, Jonah. Say
Cool.
it. Perhaps you're better in words than writing. Hit it.
Yeah, cool. So, as I mentioned before, it's definitely a risk because it's all good and well to have a goal and to have a dream, but there's no guarantee that it'll play out that way. So it's really risky to have that as an encouraging factor because you have no idea how it can play out. So yeah, that's how I perceive it to be a risk.
Okay. You see why it's important for us to ask each other questions, because then we get really clearer on whether we are faking the risk or we are really risking. Because what we know in the lady, it's very easy to say, yeah, I loved it 7R's. Love it, love it, love it. And we don't do it. Okay? We tell ourselves the stories that will make it easy for us to keep the same way. And I see Vusimuzi. Vusimuzi, turn on your mic and say hi to us. If you can put on your video, that would be great, but not necessary. Hi, Vusimuzi. Just unmute yourself if you can. We've got.
Hi, hello.
Hi, Vusimuzi. How are you?
I'm good, yourself?
I'm good. Are you phoning in from Orange Farm?
Yes.
We really do appreciate the effort you've put in, and we're sorry it's taken so long for you to connect with us, but welcome to Nelady. Absolutely welcome. And I can see your other people also joining from Orange Farm. How are you feeling now that you're with us?
Ecstatic. I'm excited.
Ecstatic. Wow. So Vusimuzi, tell us one thing that it needed from you to make sure you got online with us today. What quality of character did you have to show today?
What role of character do I have to show today?
Which quality of character did you use? It was hard, wasn't it? You had to keep on pushing, right?
Yeah.
So what else did you have to do to make sure that you joined us?
Because you see right now, I just got off a taxi.
You're right.
So I was like, I'm so inquisitive to know like what's actually happening here. That I had to push and ask from the group that was sent the link to actually join in.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you've literally just spontaneously got the link and said, let me come and see what it's all about. Yeah? Okay, so I'm going to tell you, you're using curiosity, right? and you took a risk. You thought, what the hell? Let me just join, right? Okay. Can I ask you to do something to Vusi, to put your details on the chat so that we can build you into our database so that we can tell you all the information about upcoming workshops?
Okay.
So just make sure your cell phone and your email address are on the chat, and Anne will record them. Thank you so much. Michaela, hi there. Can you unmute yourself? We've got a few extra people in the room, and we're very keen to make you feel that you are part of us. Hi, Michaela.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Super well. Can you show us your face, possibly, if it's possible?
Not at the moment.
Oh, okay. Perhaps you're indisposed. How are you doing? Are you pleased to be here now at long last?
I'm ecstatic. I just worked very hard this week, so I clean forgot about this morning that I'm a bit late.
Okay, you're here now. And I just want to honor you for the fact that I understand that you were taking care of your granny this morning as well, right?
Yes.
So just this is for everybody else's sake to help us realize that life carries on, even if we often a lady online. There are challenges that we have to juggle with, right?
Thank you so much.
So you've got the other dates in mind. So we'll see you definitely in the coming weeks, right?
Absolutely.
And tell me, which resource, we've been talking all about resourcefulness this morning. Which resource did you use to get here right now?
Courage, a lot of courage.
Tell us more about your courage. I'm really keen to hear that.
Because I don't like being late for anything. I think it's very polite to be punctual. So it took me a lot of courage to join the meeting despite being late. So,
okay. So can everybody put a digital hand up just to reflect Michaela's courage? I'm shaking my hands. If you can go on video, it's important, Michaela, that we honor that you're also courageous enough to say, I was late and I really hate it. And so just naming these things is courage itself, not just showing up online, okay? But we are just honoring you here to say, welcome to Naledi. We're sorry you didn't manage to see or listen to the whole workshop, but you're here now and we will bring you in more and more next week, okay?
Thank you so much.
Okay, so just hang around with us for the remainder of it. Addition, hi, Addition. Hello, Addition. Moffo King. Addition. Hi there, Addition. Are you with us? I just want to read Moluleki's comment about what he's going to do to be more resourceful. Over the last few months, I've been learning about investments, doing demos, watching videos, and I'll be taking risks to hopefully grow my wealth in the next few years from the money I've saved up in the last 3 years. Wow, Moluleki's going to take some financial risks, but if he gets it right, the rewards are huge. I've actually already started with investments and I've been doing quite well. That's the risk I'm going to take. He's already taking, present tense. Wonderful, Moluleki. Okay, so the risks we can take are in all sorts of directions. Addition, are you there? No? Okay, let's hear from Sadia. Hi, Sadia. Are you with us? Hi, Sadia. Hi, Sadia. Hello, Sadia. Hi, Sadia. Okay, Rene. Just unmute yourself. We'd like to hear your voice.
Yes.
Hi, Rene. So what risk are you going to take after this workshop to show that you've got it and you can be resourceful with your risk taking? What risk are you going to take?
I'm going to challenge myself.
Yes, I saw that. But I want to know, in what way are you going to challenge yourself?
Seeing that I'm in my final year, I'm going to challenge myself in striving to be able to manage my time with school as well as with the university applications, and also just try to see how far I can push myself.
Okay, so it's just about excelling in academically, but also a bit of a juggling act, right? Does that sound right? Am I getting you right?
Yes.
Okay, and Rene, you're based in Cape Town, is that right?
No, I'm based in Alberton.
Oh, okay. How did you get to hear about Naledi? Was it through Mululeki?
No, it was through Tutonic.
Ah, sorry. For some reason, my thinking is a bit limited. Thanks so much, Rene. We've got another Mofo King. Paul is being admitted. We'll invite them in for a conversation, but we're going to move on now just for the remainder because we're running out of time. And it's important that we move on. Okay, 1 second. Let me just put in the screen. Okay, so just as we've got about 20 minutes. So again, on the chat, please put in an answer to this question. It's very important. We cannot stress this to you enough, that it's great that you come online and you talk to us and you share and you learn. But if you don't apply what you're learning in your life, we're not getting where we want to get, okay? So you see our motto, say it, do it, live it. And by live it, we mean you do these things regularly. So it becomes part of your life, okay? So this is the do it bit. We want to know where in your life do you need to lead your life more? On the chat, one area, be as specific as you can. I want to lead more in the way I relate to my mum, or I want to lead more by asking questions from Tutonic about some part of maths. So when we say lead, we mean take ownership, take charge. Where in your life do you need to take charge? And you're going to do it in this coming week. When you write it, remember you're going to start doing it this coming week. Let's post on the chat. Tell us where you want to lead more in your life. Don't say, I want to lead at home. We want to know what in home are you going to lead more in? Okay, because remember, we've told you, you're all leaders and we want you to believe it and to live that leadership. Okay. Let's see your contributions on chat. Fire away, everybody. Tell us the good news. But know this is a commitment you're making. So we want to hold you to account. I'm struggling to see what people are posting on chat. And will you read them to me? Read them out. For some reason, I can't access the chat.
Charles, if you go on the right side, you should see by options, there's a chat. If you're on the right side on top of the screen.
Yeah, no, I'm going there and it doesn't want to, let me just try the shortcut here.
Okay, I'll continue whilst you're setting yourself up.
Please go for it.
From Jonah, I want to lead more in the relationship in my life by improving the communication with the people in my life. Thank you, Jonah. And Sadia, to lead more in being able to communicate openly to the public. Thanks, Sadia. Moko, my career. And from Michaela, actually pursuing the plans I have made for myself. For example, starting a 21-day fitness challenge and completing it successfully. Thank you, Michaela. And from Carmen, in my life, I want to lead in the area of spiritual growth and being deeply still. Meditation, I would imagine. From Carmen and from Vusi, I want to lead in getting more business and seeing my financial revenues grow more. Thank you for sharing. Liema, I want to lead more with myself and the tasks I set out to do on a daily basis and with the relationships I have. Thank you. And from Tamia, I want to lead more in my academics. I put to push and strive for the best. And Mluleki, I want to lead more in the way that I believe in my capabilities and being able to compartmentalize my life, which would help me reach that goal in being the best version of me. Thanks, Muleki. From Mulukhadi, I want to lead on my academics. Leila, teacher Leila, I want to lead more in my interaction with grade 11s in the classes I teach. That's great, thank you. From Elias, I would like to lead by living a life of service to my community. Also beautiful, thanks Elias. Pumi, I want to lead in my goals and accomplish them, regardless of hearing that I am too old or not too good from others. That's great, addressing the limiting beliefs. Thanks so much, Kwanda. I want to lead more in me. Me simply evaluates every single aspect in myself. My spirituality, most important, my talents, my dreams, my academics, talking more, basically anything that will evolve me as a person, a child, a Christian, and a leader. And finally, from Zinat, I want to take charge of my time and manage it better. Thank you so much. But I think after sharing this, we have to go to the drawing board and put the actions in place, keeping in mind that you have said it, now you must do it, and then you finally live it by remembering it in everything that we do. Thanks so much, guys, for sharing.
Thanks, Anne. I couldn't agree more with Anne. I guarantee all of us know when we have fulfilled a promise to ourselves, right? We know how good it feels. And we know how terrible it feels when we didn't complete something we promised ourselves. So today online, Anne has read out your promise to yourself. We pray and hope that you can be organized and make a plan to say, what are the action steps I need to take between Saturday and next Saturday so that this thing starts to happen? And you will know how amazing it feels when you make that courageous step and you start to break a bad habit or you start to build a good new habit. That's what we're about here. Each week we're going to ask you to do this, is to make a commitment to change. And each time you do it, it's going to feel like, I can do this thing. This is the way. But it takes discipline and it takes courage. And it takes a bit of planning of your week. And one more thing, do not be worried if it doesn't work out 100%. It's the effort we care about. It's your intention to grow that matters. With time, you'll get to where you want to get to. So Kwanda, can I ask you to come in here and give an example of something that you changed last year, having had to take a bit of courage and a little bit of a jump, a bit of a risk. Can you give us an example for everybody who's new this year? What did you do? Is an example of what I'm saying. Just in a few light words, if you can.
Okay, last year I said that I would be more authentic and more observant of my surroundings, and that's exactly what I did. So I live by something that I would, like a motto that I say every day, that life is like a roller coaster. It's either you strip yourself in tightly, conquer and overcome obstructions, wait patiently until you reach the speed point and finally reach a destination, or you can do the complete opposite. The choice is yours. Finding meaning to my existence requires me to think, observe, and perform. But I can tell you that the ability to think is the most important aspect that we can possess as human beings, and probably because we can't observe and perform without thinking. So I conquered the world I will conquer the world the same way I did last year, by being patient, observant, a leader, and authentic.
Okay. You see, Kwanda doesn't give us half answers, hey? I'm going to put my neck on the line here. I have a feeling Kwanda's going to be a president or something one day. I'm not sure. It may be a very small little country called, I don't know what, or it could be a very big country. Or anyway, thank you, Kwanda. I'm seeing a part of you. Your video is on. Hi, Mpo. Are you there? Speak to us, Mpo. You're not unmuted. Hi there, Mpo. No. Can I just remind those of you who have come in late, just to check that we have got your contact details. Please, right now, go to the. We're going to check out just now, but make sure that your email and your cell phone number are there. Or equally, you can take my number, and if you just put it on the chat, because I can't seem to access the chat right now. 073-505-4645. If you can put that on and WhatsApp me your details, that is also fine. Okay. Paul Mofokeng. Can you?
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Paul.
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing? Can we see your face? Can we see your face? Hello? No? All right. Nice to see you, Paul. Very welcome. I'm sorry you didn't make most of the workshop, but we'll see more of you next week. This is what we'd like you to do now. Just check out with one word, and then after your one word, you can go to the chat and you can press the link to the form, which we'd like you to fill in, just to tell us what you think about this workshop. What was useful about it? How did you find it? Because that helps us to review what we're doing and improve it as we go along. But first, let's hear just one or two words to say you're leaving feeling what? Vusamuzi, start with you. How are you feeling? Yeah, I know you haven't been here long, but how are you feeling after half an hour? Just one or two words.
Feeling good. Even now, I just did the most important thing that I had to attend to, and I came back feeling excited that I managed to a certain goal that I was looking at. So I'm feeling good, even though I did come on late onto the workshop. But yeah, I'm feeling good that I was even able to log in and actually see that everybody's still in communication. So I'm still looking forward to hearing from you guys.
Cool. Have you posted your details, Vusi?
Yes, I've already sent my details.
Thank you. Wonderful. Okay. I'm just going to move way quickly on. Tamia, you're leaving feeling what? One or two words. You're leaving feeling?
I'm feeling quite encouraged and great, and I feel like this is going to be a great week moving on forward.
I like that. I hope it's as good as you feel it's going to be. My challenge to you is to tell people about your experience today, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Dinit, one or two words. How's it been for you today?
It's been good. I'm feeling very empowered knowing I am the biggest resource I can have, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Protect that resource, Zenith, okay? Because if too many people know you're a resource, they might come knocking on your door and then you might feel a bit short on resources, yeah? But I love it, what you're saying. Wonderful. Pumi, you're leaving the workshop feeling?
I'm feeling refreshed and quite motivated to actually put my goals into action. So yeah, this workshop's been really, really helpful.
Okay, so you're going to lead more this coming week, is that right?
Yes, definitely.
Because you know what? If you don't wear the badge of leadership, people will give you another badge and it doesn't sound so good. Okay?
Yes, thank
Got
you.
it. Okay, Jonah, leaving feeling?
Optimistic for two reasons, actually. Firstly, about this workshop, because at first I didn't know what to expect, but I can see it's just going to be beneficial throughout. And then secondly, just having written down and then having it read back to me, my ambitions on what I want to lead more in has just given me that boost to actually go for it. So very optimistic.
Okay, so you took a risk on Charles. Charles said, this is the bomb. And you said, okay, I'll give him a chance.
Yeah, and you lived up to it. Yeah.
Away. Okay, Carmen, you're leaving the room feeling how about this experience?
I think I'm feeling energized. I'm also very proud of myself because I put this all on my cell phone by myself, and I normally do it on my laptop because it's bigger, but I learned how to do it, and I was learning as we were going along to do everything on the small screen. So thanks very much. It was wonderful.
You see, I thought I knew all about resourcefulness, and now I've learned a bit more from Carmen is how to use our phones better, right? Wonderful. Thank you. Moku, you're leaving the room feeling?
I feel privileged that I have this opportunity to listen in and be motivated to use the opportunities that have been granted to us, because not everybody has an opportunity to spend their Saturday afternoon learning stuff that could really be useful for personal development and growth. So yeah, I feel privileged. I'm tired because I work so much, but other than that, I really do feel very privileged to be here.
Sure. There's a famous motivational speaker in South Africa, and I can't remember his name. He's a very short man, and he said, when I die, I want to be thoroughly used up. And I'm sensing Moku is feeling a little thoroughly used up today. And let's not go to our grave with anything left, okay? Let's do this thing big, or let's just go home, okay? So big up to Moku. Moku is one of our budding leaders in Orange Farm. She is making waves, okay? And how we make waves as leaders is that we do our own work as well. We look here as often as we can. Okay, Leila, you're leaving feeling?
Inspired and motivated to take action this week. And furthermore, of course.
Wonderful. Anne, you're leaving feeling?
Wait. Oh, sure. I put it that way. I have to go. I had already put it on the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to catch you off guard there.
Yes, you did. But accomplished is the main word for me.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you. Petronella,
Go.
in the room feeling what? Sadia, how are you feeling now that this is all over? You've survived it.
Yes. I'm
How are you feeling?
ambitious and also privileged, like Miss Moko said.
Okay. What we will do, with your permission, is we will set up a WhatsApp group. So if you're in Cape Town, I'm assuming you've shared your cell phone number. Is that fair to say, Leila?
Sorry, can you repeat that, Charles?
I'm saying those who registered through Tutonic, have they shared their cell phone number?
Yes, yeah, we'll have anyone coming from Tutonic, we'd have their details.
Okay,
yeah.
So what we will be doing for all of you, because I'm thinking Sadia is feeling privileged and so is Moku, and I'm thinking, well, why not talk about privilege on WhatsApp in the week? Let's talk about how do we leverage our privilege, this opportunity. Let's not wait for next Saturday, okay? So we'll set up a WhatsApp group for all of you here. Sadia, thanks for that. I love the idea that you feel more ambitious. That's what we want. We want people to grow into their leadership, and that takes ambition. Zenith, I have a sister-in-law called Zenith. Zenith, I love saying your name. How are you feeling, Zenith?
I'm feeling very motivated.
Wonderful. Okay, we're going to go a bit quicker. We've just got a few minutes left. Lilema, how are you feeling now that we're done for the day?
I'm feeling quite confident, and I also feel like I've learned a lot in accordance to the 7R's and stuff. So I feel like I can change a lot in this week going forward. Well, not just this week, but then going forward. I feel like I can change a lot in my life.
Lilema, you've got a very strong voice, man. It makes it fun talking to you, man, because we can all hear every word you say. We'll see you next Saturday. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Please make sure that you fill in the evaluation form. Umleleki, you're leaving feeling? Umleleki, how are you feeling? Okay, let's go to Michaela. Michaela, how are you feeling? I know you've had a short visit with us, but we gave you a little taste so far. How are you doing?
I'm feeling uplifted and centered because I'm exactly where I need to be. Because these courses will definitely be the step that I need to live a fulfilled life. So I'm very uplifted.
Wow, that's a powerful thing to say. Beautiful. Thanks so much. Mulileki, how are you feeling now we're done for the day? Again. No, we're not hearing from you. Addition, are you there? Addition? I think Addition's net pictures there. I'm not sure if they're there anymore. Okay, Ilias, are you with us still?
Yes.
How are you feeling about this? This is our second version of Naledi.
You know, I feel very excited. I feel invigorated. It's been a bit of a challenging week. We've just returned back to campus. But I feel really inspired, and I hope that we can continue to have more of these workshops so that others can benefit. I don't know if you said this already, Charles, but you know, if you can, the students who are here, if they know, if they have friends or if they have other people, maybe they can pledge to bring at least one person to the next workshop, because that would be really great. And if you found benefit, imagine if your other friends, what they would find if they were to come to this. So use your experiences to bring others to this type of platform.
Absolutely.
And
Thanks
Charles,
for that.
you know, would you like to create a WhatsApp group or Telegram? Which one would you prefer?
I'm not too attached either. I think at this stage, I know Telegram's beautiful, everyone's moving there, but I think at the moment, WhatsApp is still most probably the simplest way to pull everyone together. We can do both if necessary. We could do one for the Tutonic students on Telegram, we could do one, but let's try one WhatsApp group for now and see how that flies, yeah? Okay.
Okay.
One more attempt. Umleleki, are you there? No. Addition, are you there still? Petronella, are you there? I don't want to leave anybody out. Tamia, are you there?
Charles, I've sent the link for the WhatsApp group on the chat so they can join it from here as well.
Oh, you're an absolute star. God, having a tech person on standby is a godsend. So everybody just see the link on chat. Tamia, are you still there? Tamia?
Yeah, I already
How are you
shared.
feeling, Tamia? How are you feeling leaving this workshop?
I already shared.
Oh, okay. Beg your pardon. Charles has got Alzheimer's. Beg your pardon. Okay, everybody. If you can go to the link and just spend a couple of minutes evaluating, we're going to say cheers for today. Thank you very much. This is the best turnout we've ever had. And I know it's been a struggle for some of you to join. And we will work on that during the week. We'll give Telkom a bit of a smack if we can. And we'll see you next week. If you can come online at 5 to 11 latest, please diarize this. We really want to build on what we've started today. And you'll see, you'll know, the bigger the group, the better the conversation, because you have more resources to draw on. So do not underestimate your contribution. You'll get more and you'll give more, and we all grow together. Thank you so much, everybody. Yeah, if Leila and Liz can just stay online. Thanks, Michaela. Thanks for the claps.